Well, finally tonight, the popular TV series Shark Tank allows entrepreneurs to pitch their ideas to successful business tycoons in the hopes of finding an investor. Well, one group has borrowed this idea and given it a Catholic angle. The new investor group, Catholic Angels, recently held an event at the Catholic University of America. It awarded $5,000 for their business, as well as the opportunity to speak with investors for future consideration. And we go now to Zak Slayback, a venture capital investor and a member of the Catholic Angels pitch competition. Zak, great to have you on. This is wonderful. Tell us, more about the Catholic Angels pitch competition and why you say that this initiative is really part of living out your Catholic faith.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. So this pitch competition that we hosted at CUA this past spring, we brought together 4 entrepreneurs running their own startups and 5 professional investors, and an audience of several hundred who got to watch the pitch competition play out in real time. We had these founders who are running technology companies everywhere from a mobile app that helps parents bond with their children at bedtime, to hardware to find food allergens in food manufacturing, and everything in between. We got these founders to pitch to aligned investors who not only are not hostile to the faith, obviously, but actually want to bring the faith into the boardroom, who want to bring it into the company. And we were just absolutely blown away by the positive response, both from the audience, from the investors, and from all the founders who applied to participate in the competition. The Church, Holy Mother Church, has taught us rather explicitly for more than 100 years that an important part of the lay apostolate is fully bringing Christ, fully bringing the gospel into work, into the boardroom, into business. Pope St. John Paul II, in his encyclical Centesimus Annus, for example, says that the decision to invest in one place rather than another, to work in one place rather than another, is always, not sometimes, not hopefully, but always a moral and cultural choice. And we're finding, and we're hearing more and more from founders and investors, how important it is to have people, have investors, partners along the way who want to support them in bringing their faith into their businesses, whether those are ministries, obviously, but even what we might consider secular technology companies as well.
Yeah, it's always great to have somebody to walk with you in that journey. Zak, tell us a little bit more about the competition itself. As we mentioned, it was held at Catholic University of America. How many people applied, and what, you mentioned some of the ideas, but are there other ideas that you can share with us?
Yeah, we had about more than 60 companies apply to the pitch competition. We accepted 4 finally to present in an hour-long block to an audience of about 200 attendees, many of them themselves investors and entrepreneurs. And like I said, those companies that presented, they were all what we might call startups, so relatively young companies. One of our rules was we were hoping that they hadn't raised more than maybe a few $1,000,000 through the whole lifespan of the company, and that the founders, the founding team, brought their faith into their vocation of running the company. So, like I said, we had 4 competitors that were finalists. One of those was a mobile app for parents to help their bond with their children at bedtime called Storybook. We had a hardware company that goes into food manufacturing companies and helps them detect allergens in their food manufacturing. That company named Alera. We had a company called StackCare that the founder was motivated in part by Pope Francis's teaching in Amoris Laetitia to bring the elderly into our care and keep them integrated into our lives. And that company builds hardware to help the elderly at home avoid falls, avoid the normal, the common mistakes and dangers that happen in a home with an elderly person without invading their privacy as well. And then finally, we had a technology company that helped create fashion for weddings for diaspora families and immigrants from South Asia. And that founder was motivated in large part by her Syro-Malabar Eastern Catholic upbringing.
Yeah, these are all fantastic ideas. We have a little less than a minute left, but I'm curious, what's next for the Catholic Angels pitch competition? And also, if somebody maybe wants to submit their idea or wants to get some help, how can they do so?
Absolutely. Well, we are at catholicangels.co, and we hope to be able to bring the pitch competition as a regular thing to the Scent Summit that hosted us at Catholic University, and we hope to be able to bring more founders together with faith-aligned, and faith-inspired, spirit-led investors to help them on their journey.
This is wonderful. Zach, thanks so much for coming on and talking about this. We really appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you.